Last message from Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is keep smiling, don't worry. Head, neck, backbone straight. Let us bring our mind in the present moment. A lot of things happen in our life. Continuous experiences, continuous thoughts going on and on, morning to evening. For some time, we must do the chanting or whatever I'm learning. So I must train slowly the mind to listen to me. And for that, one good sadhana is that doing one work at a time, not doing 4 or 5 things at a time. Multitasking is not doing many things at one time, but many things one after another. So when I'm listening, I'm listening. When I'm having tea, I'm having tea. When I'm studying, I'm studying. So let us let go past regrets, future anxieties, present confusions. Let us chant loudly. Oh, Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavit Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत् सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्.
Thank you, Vidya. So we are doing Jivan Sutrani, last chapter, Mind Your Mind. So I hope all of you have read the something. Manisha, please let me know when my image starts moving there. I'm not moving, but my image
Sir, I think
is
Geo
moving.
ला connect करतो काय? Geo.
Geo, if you can come here and do that, let us be ready with that.
Okay.
So one of the most valuable things in our life. So I hope you have read the summary sent by Vidya last session. We saw that most valuable thing in our life is our own mind, our physical health and our mental health. We must give topmost priority. Guruji always says that everything looks nice and nice, everything till our health is good. Once our health goes for a toss, suddenly the world changes. I asked one Swamiji, like Swamiji, when we talk of Vedanta and discuss Aham Brahmasmi, Jagan Mithya, Brahma Satya, but when this pain and all starts, when we are not well, do we really remember that statement? Is it? Yeah, we remember, but we don't experience it. When difficult situation comes, when health goes for a toss. So one of the topmost priority in our life is we must value our physical and mental health. That is the topmost priority. First goal in life is to be healthy. Second goal in life is to be happy and cheerful. This must become our goal. Our goal should not be family, wealth, money, that is later on. But first goal must be our own health and our own happiness. We should not trade off this for anything in life. This is very important because many women sacrifice a lot of things for many things in their life, family, this, that, at the cost of health. And many women agree, this is specifically women I'm talking. Many women agree that body and mind for quite some time. I think that. So here Guruji has taken up this topic of mind, where we must value it the most. It is the most valuable thing. How to keep the mind? It is our own responsibility to keep the mind peaceful and joyful. I must not blame other people that you have hurt me, you have made me angry. Because of you, I am like this, like this, like this. Because of this situation, I am hurt or I am angry or I am miserable. This we must stop, because when we say that or when we really believe that, then there is no scope for our growth and improvement. So lesson number 1 is that we must own up our own responsibility, which was our first chapter, of our own emotions. So from today, this moment, I will not blame, complain about anything which is disturbing my peace of mind, because I only am responsible for destroying my own peace of mind, not somebody else. What are the two causes which disturbs our peace? Desire and anger. So that we analyzed last time in detail that how these two actually disturb our peace constantly. So whenever we are disturbed or agitated or angry or sad or any negative emotion is experienced by us inside, deep within, there will be some desire in our mind. And that desire is not good or bad, but the insistence on the result is good or bad, is bad, definitely. So result is dependent on God, grace, lot of things are there. So now the fifth verse, what Guruji has taken is very beautiful. Now he is closing the chapter, closing the book, closing this topic. And he's saying that continuous learning must be our goal. I must believe in learning in life rather than experiencing and expecting to enjoy from every experience. So not that we must not experience. First of all, the greatest teacher in our life is our own experience. Now, very interesting topic according to me. I really enjoyed preparing for this particular topic. And then I made some slides where we can have question answers or your inputs. So what is mentioned here is that our greatest teacher is our experience, number one. Experience is the block of our life. And on those blocks, life is made. When somebody says that my life is good, that means their experiences in life are good. When somebody says my life has been bad, that means the experiences of their life has been bad. Now that is the general understanding, that this person had bad experiences, this person had good experiences. Now, as Vedanta students, we must say that what is experience? Experience is not what happens to me. Experience is what and how I respond to that thing, what happens to me. So experience comes from within, situation comes from outside. Situations, people, objects keep changing and keep giving us stimuli, but I experience depending upon how I interpret the situation, how I respond to situation. So Vidya, I would request you to read the 5th verse.
Yes, sir.
With that background. Always educate, that is a verse.
Vividha anubhavaihi sarvada swatmanam shikshaye yasmat te arthapurnaha. Vividha anubhavaihi sarvada swatmanam shikshaye yasmat te arthapurnaha.
So now Guruji has given 2 pointers that we must enrich ourselves by different experiences. That doesn't mean that I must go for different experiences. What is important is these experiences are in variety which come to us. Childhood experience, youth experience, marriage experience, mother experience, father experience, wife experience, husband experience, manager experience, daughter experience, etc. But when these experiences are coming to us, what am I learning from that experience will make us or break us. So very important point. Experience doesn't make us or break us, but what that experience is teaching me is making us or breaking us. Few examples. Number one, experience is the best teacher only when we reflect on that experience. Extremely important point. So yes, among all the teachers, experience is the best teacher, but greater teacher is not experience, but when we reflect on that experience, when we do manan on that experience, when we do chintan on the experience, when we discuss on that experience, on what is my learning, that is what makes us or breaks us. But when our focus is that every experience must give me enjoyment, that is where our false expectations come. Every experience must teach me something. That must be our goal from today. I'll repeat, this is where the whole change happens in our life. Every experience must give me joy. This is our false expectation. What here we are discussing is that every experience must teach me something which makes me a better person. Guruji is going to discuss this in further verses, but let us have some kind of examples. We have examples where there is a text called as 40 Gurus of Dattatreya. So in that, it has been mentioned that Dattatreya ji learned from tree, from a bird, from an insect, from a plant, from a pig. So this must be our kind of goal, that whoever comes in front of me, I must try to learn something from that particular person. And everybody teaches us something. But our attention, if it is on judging people, criticizing people, कि वो वैसा है, वो वैसा है, ये बहुत अच्छा है, वो बहुत बुरा है, ये बहुत, then it is not going to happen that we are more into judgment, we are more into our own opinion, we are more focused on what I am experiencing from that particular person. It is not going to help us a lot. What is going to help us a lot is, what am I learning from that particular experience? Changdev Maharaj Ji, who was 400 years old, he learned from a 13-year-old boy, Jnaneshwar Maharaj. So not necessary that we must have our guru as this particular person, that particular person. I can learn from a child, I can learn from a tree, I can learn from anything. So from today, I must shift from having different experiences. Definitely that is our goal. But what will be my learning from that experience? That one question is very important. And one of the classic examples in this is Buddha. When Gautama saw a sick person, a dead procession, which set him thinking that what is life, and then he attained nirvana. From these two experiences, we see everyday death, we see bad experiences, we see so many people suffering, but that is where the Gautama was a Vibhuti, avatar. Because so that is what the exercise, what we're going to do. He saw sadness, he saw decay, he saw death, and from that, he started reflecting that why people suffer so much. Whether I will also become sick? Yes. Whether I will also become old? Yes. Whether I will also die? Yes. All this is going to create so much of suffering. Is there a way out of suffering? And that set him thinking. So this is a classic example that our making in life, our breaking in life, our growing in life, spiritually or otherwise also, depends upon not what is our experience, but what is our learning, what is our reflection on that particular experience. And that reflection and learning depends upon how we interpret that particular experience, what is happening outside us. The situation, person, object is outside us. These are getting the stimuli inside. Then I process that information. Gurudev says the mind and intellect process that information. And then that becomes my experience. Last time we saw the story of a boy, that the father saw poor people, he saw rich people, and he said, oh, how poor we are. So this is one of the beautiful sentence in these tips for happy living of Guruji. He says, open an account in the bank of learning. Everybody sitting on this particular online class today is having a bank account, which is giving me security. So today now we will open a bank account of our learning. What a beautiful thought, We are more interested in what is my bank account and how many rupees are there. That is extremely important for us, for my security. But do we have a bank account of our learning where each day I deposit my earning from each experience? So earning from the experience is called as learning. What a beautiful definition of learning. Thereby increasing our knowledge base and wisdom deposit, he says. So I'll repeat this sentence. Open a bank account in the bank of learning and deposit each day our learning and earning from each experience, thereby increasing our knowledge balance and wisdom deposit. So from today, we will not share and we will not talk much about what I'm experiencing, like this is happening good, that is happening bad, this is happening like this, why this is happening, why this person is behaving like that, why this is happening, why this is not happening, why this is good things happening, oh, wow, why the bad happening, oh, I'm sad, oh, this is not happening as per my mind, I become angry. No. What we must change our attitude from today is, what is my learning from the experience? And that learning must be deposited in the bank of the learning every day. So from today, we will change our question. We will not ask this question, how was your day? How is life with you? How are you? We'll say, what are you learning? What is your new learning today from the experiences of life? So now there are two things we must remember on which we are going to do exercise. One is experience, second is learning. These two are different things. One is experience, one is learning, and Guruji is going to take one or two verses on that, mentioning that, and he has given a verse on pain. So such a practical thing that people talk about, no, but there is so much of pain in life, there is so much of sadness in life, where he is going to say that there is no gain without a pain. I must be gaining out of that painful experience of mine. If I'm not gaining, if I'm not learning from my painful experiences, sad experiences in life, I will not grow. And he's saying later on that I must become sweeter and sweeter with each experience, not bitter and bitter. Or not sadder and sadder, not angrier and angrier. I must become more and more sweet, more and more sweeter as a person. So moral of the story, we can learn from all kinds of different experiences. Now this is an exercise we will do. I would request Manisha to unmute those who want to share. So what set me thinking on this is that we have different kinds of experiences in life. So I just have written down some experiences, and now you have to share what is your learning from that experience. So now point number one. One is that, Manisha?
Are you going to share the screen or you're not?
Yeah, I'm going to share the screen. So once I put up...
I will unmute. I will not know who has unmuted and all.
Okay.
So you tell me when to unmute.
Yeah.
Shall I do it?
No, those who want to share, maybe all of you can unmute, but then all of you should not talk together. If there is so much of background noise, we'll have to close it. So those who want to share, they can just say thumbs up or something, and Manisha can unmute you. So now number one is that there is an experience right now happening, but what is my learning? Now from today, we will start dissecting these two. And this is what is our learning today, that whatever may be the kind of experience what I'm having in life, what is important is what is my learning. And that's the reason we have 4 ashrams. So I was just thinking about this, and I really enjoyed this kind of game, which I am now started to play in corporate sort with people also. I say, this is an experience, what is your learning from this? This is an experience, what is your learning from? And very interestingly, people are coming out with different learnings. And what is important is that this is what I'm learning from this experience. So let us take few of them. You can add this and later on make it richer, and we can play this game in different occasions, sometimes in Chinmaya Mission, because I feel that this is a very interesting topic what Guruji has given and dissected these two things. All experiences in our life make us who we are. And that depends upon not our experience, but on what am I learning from that experience. So that is very important distinction for us to remember. Now first, Guruji gives that Newton learned about law of gravity from the experience, what his eyes saw of apple falling. Many of us would have seen the apple falling, but we never thought of gravity. We thought of eating. Somebody thought of planting. One of the classic example what is given here is that if there is a rose garden and few people pass through that rose garden every day, if a biologist passes through the rose garden, the person will see different biologies of that roses. If a poet passes through the rose garden, the poet will think of a poetry from that roses. If a lover passes through that, he will think of his beloved and take one flower to offer. If a devotee passes through the garden of a rose, he or she will pick up the rose and think of to offering Krishna or Rama or Shiva. If a physicist passes, then the person will think of, okay, how is the physics of that particular rose? Suppose a businessman passes, he will think of doing business of those roses. So now the experience is same, but depends upon our learning. Our bottom line is what in our life which goes from one birth to another birth is not our experiences, but what is the impression left, and that impression left is a learning. So another word for vasana is learning. Another word for impression is learning. What am I concluding? No, I am suffering a lot. I suffered a lot. That is one conclusion I have derived from this. I enjoyed a lot. That is another conclusion. So let us see. So now from good experiences, what are my learnings? So first question to all of us. Suppose I have a good experience. What could be the possible learnings for me? When I went to a restaurant, the food is good. I met somebody, the situation is good. The person is good. So this is a good experience we are having. What are my learnings is more important rather than going after the good experiences. Anybody unmuting and wants to share? Nothing right and wrong. That is your learning.
So
Yes,
I've allowed
Nisha.
participants to unmute.
Nisha wants
Yes,
to.
Uncle Prasad sir, I think it is this too shall pass.
Good experience also shall pass. And suppose bad
Yes.
experience comes.
This too shall pass. And
Okay,
then
bad
other
experience.
fact I remember is wow, as Swamiji says, with or without. Acceptance.
With or without. Okay, so Nishaji says that whatever experience comes to her, she will say this will also pass, whether good or bad, or I will say, wow, with or without, I am happy without this experience, with this experience. So when good experience comes, please let me know who are all people who want to, please raise your hands. What should we do to repeat without insistence? This could be one of the learning. That suppose I am getting good experiences, then how I should repeat. And how, not that this is the answer, whatever is your answer is true, how I can spread this goodness to others. So this is important because when we get a bad experience, we share with 100 people. When we get a good experience, we don't share with one person also. We share with 2 people. Oh, today I found this good experience. So this also could be one of the learning that I need to share this good experience. And how can I enhance my good experience without insist on it? Other than what Nishaji has mentioned. So now Shruti.
Hari Om Bhaiya. So along with, yes, definitely sharing good experiences and protecting others from our and not frowning on bad experiences.
No, bad
But what
experience is going to
helps?
come now.
Yes,
It is only
but
good.
what helps in both cases to keep myself calm is Prasada Buddhi.
So any good experience and bad experience, I will say both are same. But right now the exercise what we are doing is we are going to name different experiences and what am I going to learn from it. So one of the pointer is that from good experiences, I must not insist that this will be there all the time. Second, I must accept what it is there. That will be for all experiences. This will pass away. This will be for all experiences. This answer will be same for all these topics. But now slightly more for us to share with other people also that suppose I get a good experience, what I should do, what I should learn. Now, bad experience. What are the learnings? What could be the learnings from bad experience?
Anita auntie wanted to speak.
Anita auntie.
Yeah. See, experiences, 2 things are involved in that, subject and object. We get an experience from an object only. If your subjective this personality, or you can say mind and intellect, if they are in good tuning with each other, then every experience you will not face any bad experience. You will think in
so
that.
Experiences can be bad or good.
Huh.
My interpretation can be different because I can have a bad experience, but learning can be good from a bad experience. That is what is the distinction here.
Yes.
See, from the highest Vedantic point of view, I agree to whatever you are saying right now, that everything will pass. I have to experience all, but we will come across bad people. We will come across extreme heat. We will come across extreme situations where we have to face. So that can be called as bad experience. But what is my learning? What am I concluding from that bad experience in my mind? That is my learning.
Hariom Bhaiya, Suchitra.
So what could be the learnings from bad experience? But this is an experience bad to everybody. What could be the learning? This can be different.
Hariom Bhaiya.
Suchitra
here. Yeah. I could say that like today we had our Devi group get together. So we had good food, we had games, we enjoyed a lot. So it is a very good memory. So I could say next year also I'll see to that I will be there, and I will say tell to many more people that you should participate in that. And last week we had family day. We enjoyed a lot. So that is a very good memory. Plus I will say, what I experience I can share with others and ask them to also participate. So,
yeah, because when somebody is successful, we must ask what is the reason of success and then repeat it. When we ask somebody is failing, something is not happening properly, then we must check the cause of it and not allow it to repeat it. So that is my learning from both that way. Correct. So Suchitra's experience is that whatever comes, I will share with others.
Hariom, sir.
Anybody else? Ujjwala.
Hariom, Hariom.
I am going to give you 10 examples. Bad and good is only starting point.
Hariom, sir, can I speak?
Yeah.
Sir, in case of bad experiences, whether it is from a person or a situation, whatever it is, I always think that it is that person is the instrument of God, and it is God's way of giving me some learning. So maybe I have to improve myself. This was a lesson I was meant to learn. So
Correct.
this is
so
the
I'm
way
not blaming that person, but I am learning that.
Yeah, that person is the God. God is functioning, and he is the through him, like that. He is
So
the
that is my
instrument.
prarabdha.
Yeah, no, means he is the instrument. That person is just the nimitta.
That person is just a nimitta who is troubling me or giving me trouble or not behaving as per I want.
So I should not bear any grudge or be bitter towards that person.
Okay.
Hariom.
Yeah, Ujjwala, Nirmala.
I was talking about the bad experience as I was talking about the bad experience. Hariom,
Hariom, we
are you
can
able
listen
to hear
you.
me? Yeah. When I was talking about bad experience, I feel that is my karma phala. Whatever has come, it is because of my actions in the past. So why regret? So that is the way I go over it.
Correct. So I don't regret at all with any experience which is bad, sad, etc. Nirmala ji.
Yeah, I would like to say in 2006, the monsoon, I was stuck for 2 days outside in the airport. And I had gone to pick up tickets and I had no shelter. So that helped me, that bad experience helped me to become stronger and withstand. I think that gave a lot of...
So from with bad experiences, I learned that how can I become stronger with that. Okay.
Stronger.
Beautiful. So with bad experience, what we should not do, what kind of person we should not become, or we should not spread this badness to other people, talking ill about others, and we should not share these bad experiences with others. This also could be for a few learnings in this both. We'll go to next. What about sorrowful experience? When there is a sorrowful experience, what will be the learnings from sorrowful experience? I'm inviting you to think from a very practical point of view, not from highest Vedantic point of view. Because highest Vedantic point of view, the answer will be same that like every experience is a prarabdha or everything is passing away. So that will be applicable to all experiences. So that, we learn that from that experience and we go to next experience. From the highest point of view, all experiences will be on the similar platform. Because in Sita Prajna Lakshan, I neither rejoice nor become sorrowful with any experience. That is a Sita Prajna Lakshan. So suppose a sorrowful experience comes. What can I learn from a sorrowful experience?
First, we should meet people, those who have gone through the same sorrowful experiences. So you can get, because it is all of a sudden, you can get some ideas from them, but there will be different type of thinking on each experience. You take your own you take your own way how to tackle it and how to come out of it. It means you should consult people, but decision should be your own. Okay. You cannot depend on others' decision. Correct. Then only you can come out.
Correct. Because all these experiences we will have and we have been having, suppose we look at our life, all these experiences, what I have written down here, or more than that, we have gone through. Anybody else, please share. Whatever is your learning is your learning. So with sorrowful experience, the learning can be a person becomes more mature, resilient, reflection on purpose of life. Because whenever we meet across a sorrow or a sad situation, that is where I start thinking about life. I think about why me, I think about God, I think about, and that either will break me or make me more mature or resilient in life. So sorrowful experiences can teach us these things, along with what Nitaji has also mentioned. When we are having a good experience, we don't become so matured, but sorrowful experience can make us more matured, more resilient. And that is the time we think about purpose of life and what life. And because when we are on the bed with, some illness, that is where all these thoughts starts coming in our life about life, God, etc. Though we say, Dukh mein sumire na sab kare, sukh mein kare na koi, that is a very nice doha by Kabir. But actually, suppose we think, we learn a lot from sorrowful experiences. Ha, Nisha ji?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so actually it is these bad experiences and sorrowful experiences bring out the real you, how strong, resilient, mature you are. So they are the ones which will help us to learn to accept the things as they are. It will take time for us to accept, but then we have to realize that we have to move on and not be stagnant and constantly thinking and worrying about the situation. And the learning will be, try to help those who are also suffering in this journey. And loka sangraha or something, devote your time and mind to some better purposes, so that for the time being you just forget about this. You move out from your comfort zone and expand.
Correct. Very good. Shruti, Alka, Ujjwala, sorrowful experiences everybody goes through. What will make us or what will break us? That is the key for us.
Yeah, sir, I can talk.
Whoever Manisha unmutes. Manisha is the boss.
No, I've allowed anyone to unmute.
Then you can unmute and talk.
Yeah. The thing is, what I have understood from my life is that learning only happens when we go through sorrowful experiences. Otherwise, there's no learning in life. Because when we are in good time, we are just, kind of flying only. We don't understand what is going on. We are so thrilled or whatever, when things are right. I have never learned anything because I took it for granted. I felt that this is what is for me. This is what I should be getting. Till the time you don't get sorrowful experiences, you don't understand what is life.
But there are only few people who will learn from sorrowful experiences. Most people break down. Most people become bitter. Most people become negative, and that is what is the learning. That there are people who will become very bitter with sorrowful experiences, blame everybody, blame God. So there are people who will become like that. Yes, but only few will reflect and become more mature, more resilient, more positive, and bounce back strongly with sorrowful experiences.
Very true, sir. But the thing is, it starts from there only. It starts from bitterness. It starts from blaming. It starts from all the rubbish. And then slowly you understand, no, because till the time you don't know what is life like, what is karma, we didn't know anything. We did not learn anything in our life. I can tell you that. We did not know what is life, actually.
Also, sorrowful experiences will keep repeating till we do not learn. That is another law of karma. When
Very
the
true,
moment
very
the
true.
learning happens, the sorrowful experiences stops coming to us, because the experiences tell to us, okay, now this person has learned, let's go to another person. Because when we don't learn, then these experiences keep coming. Yeah, there are many people. Shruti, I can't read the names. Yeah.
Hari Om
Hari Om,
Bhaiya.
sir. Okay.
Also, I feel like with any bad or sorrowful experience, one has to understand that uh, we cannot blame a situation or a person of our experiences or feelings, and move on from those thoughts, because sometimes what happens is, even if we've forgotten the situation, we hold a grudge against the situation or the person, and on a subconscious level it keeps coming back when a situation like this happens again.
Correct. So that is, learning doesn't happen, and again this will repeat it. If we keep grudge, if we have judgment, then this kind of situation, people, objects will keep coming in our mind till we learn and move on. Next.
Prasadji.
Yes.
I think first when sorrow comes, it is like usually when we are growing up, bigger, adult, more. And I think this helps us. The more sorrows we face, as we grow older, we are going to face more and more. So it attenuates, it blunts, it helps to blunt and withstand the sorrow. This is my feeling.
Correct. So I want you all
helps us to
correct.
withstand
So please,
it.
correct. So please listen to what everybody is talking. And then after that, please go through our Vedanta Tattva Bodh book, where they have given Shata Sampatti. Now that is what we are going to conclude, that this Shata Sampatti is a learning from our own experiences. Shama, Dhamma, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan, Pratyahar. This will not be learned just by reading and knowing it. This is where the Shastra is telling is that we are given Gruhasthashram. Now that is going to come. We are given all these experiences so that these qualities are built up. Pain experiences.
Yeah, I like to speak a few of my experiences. When I met with an accident, fire accident in 2018, I was completely shattered with what I went through. But the way my friends, who were just hardly 5 to 6 years, they had become my friends, and how they came and took care of me. I just so it was like I felt like God had sent those people, represented those people, and they were so kind, and everybody took a timetable, including Pratima, who's there part of this class. They all made a timetable. They made a WhatsApp group with a timetable that lunch and dinner, how should it be given to Gayatri during her hospital time. And even after that, they were going on coming and giving me all positive, though I was feeling the pain was immense and I was feeling very bad. And she used to tell me about the study group, how it is going on, and all of them were asking about me, and all those things will used to make me very happy. And I also remember after I resumed, after some 1.5 to 2 months, after 2.5 months when I resumed, I was provided a chair to put my leg so that I can stretch my leg. And so those things which were so loving and touching, but it didn't ask, it came just like that to me. And so I feel I'm very blessed by that way. And after getting all these blessings, I want to reciprocate as much as possible. Whatever help people need, without even asking help, I just go and keep helping them whenever possible, wherever possible. And I always believe in more in physical help rather than throwing money and finishing. I want I want my body to be completely put into some this to help the others. So this is what I've been because as in the class when I came back, you told me maybe karma nikal gaya tumhara sab karma. So I am trying my karma to be removed by helping others in whatever possible way. I think after this sorrowful experience which I had, maybe I learned this the life to be lived like this, and helping others, and not telling every time that I am busy, I don't have time and all that. I don't give such excuses. Whatever possible, however possible, I try to help people.
Very nice. So today we'll have class till 8 o'clock. I want to complete 2-3 topics. So next, those who have raised hand, those who want to talk, they can talk about next topic. Most important one, what is our learning from marriage experience? Experience is not important, learning is important. Otherwise, this will keep repeating. What is our learning from marriage experience? Anyone? What are our learnings from marriage experience? Marriage also is an experience.
Flexibility and acceptance.
Flexibility and acceptance. Okay.
Hariom Prasad Bhaiya, can I talk?
Yeah.
Marriage teaches me to, first I used to think only about myself. Marriage teaches me go beyond myself and learn, care for someone, some other person, then his family, and then his children. And that is the way we expand, by loving and caring many more people, and slowly we move to people around us, the family around us. And so slowly we expand our vision to from ourselves to many people.
So acceptability, flexibility, sharing.
Selfless
This is very
service.
important. This is very important, this question, because most of us are having a big project of Grihasthashram. Ultimately, our Grihasthashram experience project is not important. What is my final conclusion? What is my learning? That will go to next life as Vasana impression. Next. Marriage.
Selfless service.
Selflessness. Adjustment.
Patience.
Patience, correct.
Too much
patience required to get. So all these qualities we must tell when people are getting married. Please develop this quality and then you are eligible for marriage. Otherwise there will be a problem. So two questions we are asked. Qualities required for marriage and purpose of marriage. These two are extremely important before getting married. Anybody else for marriage? Qualities I learned from this marriage.
Hariyo. I'm Nandini here. Try to understand each other and don't try to overrule or overreact. Have a nice flexibility and don't try to impose our ideas on the other person in both ways. And for everything, we have to have our opinion, but we have to make compromise on that opinion sometimes. So in that way, we have to adjust. So it is a sort of adjustment between the two, and like that it goes on.
Actually, suppose we see the Shata Sampatti, Shata Sampatti, according to me, is the perfect thing what we get, get developed in marriage. There is no other experience which can,
all those things.
Yeah, there is no other experience which can make us give a Shata Sampatti, the wealth.
Then it will lead to Samadhana.
Correct. So inner wealth is developed with Grihasthashram. If it is not developing, we are wrong, or we are having a false understanding about Grihasthashram.
Yeah, that inner wealth is very much important, which leads to Samadhana. Correct. Not to moksha, but Samadhana we will get.
Yeah.
Hello. Can I? Yeah. Marriage, first you have to give space to each other. Let him do what for his family. Don't interfere, so that both your families will be happy and their relationships will be also nice, and you'll have a very happy married life you'll have.
So these are wishes, expectation, or these are learnings?
Space is important, yeah. You don't, interfere with what he has to do with his family or what I have to do with my family. Then, everything goes off well. Yes. Okay. And love and, sharing comes. Yeah.
Okay.
Having no ego.
Marriage is one of the area where ego grows or reduces.
Grows within each other. Both are equally qualified and
both become more egoistic, or both become less egoistic?
Less egoistic.
Less egoistic is the goal.
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
think that is the biggest lesson. Like I keep reminding myself there is a shloka in Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, 8th shloka, Amanitvam, Adambhitvam, Arjavam and Shanti. Those are, I mean, my dad gifted me with a letter that specifies these words to remember when every time you have a fight. Because Amanitvam is humility, Adambhitvam is pridelessness, Arjavam is simplicity, and Shanti is tolerance. That is the most important pillars for any relationship.
So now we understand, they say marriages are made in heaven. That is so true, because suppose God wants us to develop this quality in us. What God will do, He will put us in a family or with some husband and wife where these qualities get developed. Simple. Suppose we are already having these qualities, then He will not put us in that family. He will put us in some ashram or some other family. So when people say, no, but my situation is like that, my family is like that, my husband is like that, my in-law is like that, God says, okay, but that is what I want. That is what I want you to develop these qualities in you. That's the reason I put you into that situation. So they say, Guruji say, marriages are made in heaven, but maintenance is your job. You have to maintain it and you have to learn from this marriage. Otherwise, the entire purpose of Grihasthashram is lost. Actually speaking, those who are in Grihasthashram, we have excellent opportunity to get moksha easier, faster than any sannyasi. Only if we follow the laws. If we don't follow, then there is a challenge. Otherwise, they say that if you actually follow the laws, this is one of the best path.
Hariom Bhaiya, can only character and culture quality will be enough for marriage? I have a question. If the person's character and culture is good, then that person is eligible for marriage?
Yes,
Or
so
we cannot see whether is acceptance, all that other qualities we cannot check. So,
yeah, so all these are qualities only: acceptance, peace, tolerance, ability to bear, ability to adjust, ability to be flexible, ability to deal with different people. Because suddenly I come across with in-laws and different kinds of people whom I have never interacted with. So all these are qualities only. Yeah, both are required, qualities and skill. But I'm not getting your question that all these are qualities required to make a successful and happy marriage.
I'm asking about if the person's character is good and is from a cultured family, then we can say, okay, this boy is eligible. Like,
but character means values only. The values make the character good or bad or entitled for this. So when we say character, it is a broad word. When we break down into the values what are given in Gita, what just now Shruti mentioned, these values make the character good or bad. So that's the reason value-based education and all these values are taught to children when they are small or when they are young, because they pick up these values and they imbibe these values, and then I become qualified. But today, if you go to any matrimony form, it is very interesting. We should go and see what they are, what they see. They don't. There is no column there that what values this particular person is having in life. And suppose you write that I am interested in Bhagavad Gita, then how many people will select us? We do not know. That I am the person who every day attends Bhagavad Gita class and Upanishad class. Now, whether I'll be entitled for marriage and all, who knows? They will say, no, I don't want this person.
Yeah. Also, there could be a difference in philosophies or belief systems. But so I happened to attend a wedding here and listen to the vows that they take here. And there was one word that really touched my heart, and which is called reverence. Reverence to your partner. We don't say respect. This is even deeper than respect. It's reverence, and only if the other person is dedicated towards the relationship and your partner, you can get reverence, and that will basically resolve like any character issues or any other issues that we can find in a person. So if that person is ready to dedicate with reverence in the relationship, then that is the biggest quality, I feel.
Correct. The only challenge come is one person is having reverence, other person is not having. That is a problem in most people. That is where the whole problem happens in families. That I have reverence, other person doesn't have. Then what? Then the whole learning start. Whether still my reverence remains or no. That is the whole thing what God wants to check.
Patience.
Correct, no?
Prasad-ji,
If
you
both
said
have
three
reverence, both have values, both have, then तो हो गया. फिर भगवान बोलता है तो इसमें तो कोई मजा नहीं आ
पर
रहा।
उधर दूसरा चैलेंज आता है ना भैया, फिर बिलीफ सिस्टम में चैलेंज आता है, अप्रोच पे चैलेंज आता है, अनलेस एक्सपेक्टेशंस आर जीरो।
बट वही तो मजा है ना, इसके लिए तो जैसे मैरिजेस आर मेड इन हेवन, अदरवाइज एकदम ही पूरा मैचिंग की जोड़ी बना दिया उसने, तो फिर क्या है उसमें, फिर कुछ क्वालिटी कैसे डेवलप होगा? क्वालिटी विल नॉट बी डेवलप्ड। हाँ निर्मला जी, वी हैव, आई हैव 2-3 मोर.
Okay, I have one statement. Without being cynical, you said good experience, bad experience, sorrow. This is all three bundle offered in marriage.
Actually, all these things are offered in marriage. Then the next is successful experience. What do we learn from success? Very important one. First of all, I have to ask myself that am I a successful person or I consider myself as failure in life? That is very important question to ask. I always ask people, do you think you are a successful person? Yeah, I'm successful. How? Why do you consider yourself as a successful person? No, I was born, I went to school, I went to college, I got married, I have got 2 children, I've got 1 car, 1 house, 1 scooter. Finish. Is that the definition of success? Anyhow, we are not discussing definition of success. 2-3 quick, what successful experience? What is my learning from successful experience? And second, immediately next breath, failure experience. This is where most suicides are happening. I am not able to manage failure.
Hariom sir. Nothing is permanent.
Correct. All experiences are not permanent. Learnings are permanent.
Learnings also change, na sir, with experience.
Learning also keep changing. So these are all very important questions. We must have conversations with people that what is your learning from success and what is your learning from failure? This will resolve. We can save hundreds of people who are getting depressed, sad and on anti-depression tablets and having challenges, because I think if the event is failing or something is failing, I think I am a failure, where the whole problem starts there. I take one session called as how to handle rejections. No, I gave one idea, but that particular person rejected my idea. So the person has rejected me. That is what people conclude. My idea is not approved by the other person, not that I person as I am rejected. So this is considered as a failure, is a big thing to handle in life. Success is a very big thing to handle in life. So one of this conversation we can continue next time. It is already 8 o'clock. What is my learning from successful experience? What is my learning from failure experience? What is my learning from doing a job? What is my learning from doing business? This must be clear. So I'm just repeating. What is my learning from painful experience? What is my learning from sorrowful experience? What is my learning from bad experience? What is my learning from good experience? What is my learning from marriage experience? What is my learning from job experience? What is my learning from business experience? What is my learning from successful experience? And what is my learning from failure experience? This is a very powerful conversation to have. Because ultimately the whole conclusion is that ultimately what is important is learning, not the experience.
Come out.
So very important point Guruji has pointed out is that life must be continuous learning experience. What am I concluding? What am I learning? What is the bottom line is becoming my vasana, becoming my impression. And this is going into the next birth. So we have to shake the root itself and shift the focus from experience to learning. So from today, our conversation must shift in sadhana what is your learning? This must be our question in day-to-day transaction, not how is your life, what are you doing, this was bad, that was good. This is all not going to help us. And then we are talking from the highest Vedanta, which was not my invitation for this session. This was transactional session I was talking. From Vedanta point of view, answer is same for all experiences. And we are not talking from Ramana Maharshi's point of view, karma kim param, karma tat jadam. From that, nothing is there. So not from that perspective we are discussing. This is transactional. Jivan Sutrani is transactional book as such. So I hope you have written down all these experiences. You can add list into that. I just segregated our life into this 8 to 10 experiences where our life revolves. And then we can do an homework or study. You can write down your learnings from all these experiences for yourself and reflection. And then we can have some discussion sometime. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.